Is my mic on? I don't even know. 1 o'clock, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, the rematch in Pittsburgh. Did you know the Browns haven't beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh since 2003? Fun fact, T-Dog, Discord, shout out to you. That is crazy. Not counting the playoff win, regular season, that is crazy. 21 freaking years. Can the Browns do it today? Let me know in the chat. Like, share, subscribe, turn on all of your notifications. It's going to be a fun day. Playoff committee, 12 o'clock. I know you'll be watching. Let me know the bracket. Let me know what's happening. Who was in the chat? Michael, James, Lovey Marie, Jeanette, Stephanie, Rob, Connor. What up? I can't do both, Connor. I can't do a football ranking show and the Browns at the same time. So I guess you're going to have to boycott me. But Connor, when you boycott me, make sure you put the E in my name. Because I don't know who Corey on Sports is without the E. That is not even the right person. B Skrills, what up? Sweep? How you doing, Cheryl? Jix, what up? I know. George Pickens is out. I know. Only going to be here for a short while. One of your kids is playing the trombone. Okay. Shout out to the trombone. Stephanie, it's time. AAA, good morning. Rob, I am feeling better. Thank you for asking. I am feeling better. You guys are going to have to let me know, though, about the playoff bracket, because I can't do two things at once. I can't be cloned. Thank you very much. So 1 o'clock, it's going to be Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. The epic rematch of the Snow Bowl, the Snow Globe, I think of what they're calling it. So hop in, buckle up, and let's get started. But before we get to the game, we all know how this works. Broncos defeat the Browns 41-32. And I call it the no defensive football game. No defense. It was a game of Madden football last Monday night in prime time. Bo Nix's first Monday night football game. I don't know how many games Jameis Winston had Monday night. Somebody has to let me know. But the Broncos did defeat our Cleveland Browns 41-32. Jameis Winston, 497 passing yards, a Cleveland Browns record. 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Rushing game, non-existent. So, you know how we do. From 1 to 10, how do you feel about the game now that it's over? 1, you slept like a baby. On the next week, I'm good. They did the best that they could. Or 10, I just can't get out of my mind how we lost this football game. Let me know in the chat. I know you were, Connor. I know. I'm just saying, I can't do 2 things at once. But I do have it up on the screen. Connor. So when they're done with the NFL countdown, I do have it on the screen also. So I might be able to do 2 things at once. Who knows? Is Pickens ducking Newsom? Do you think he's ducking? I don't know. Winston almost threw 500 yards. He did. And if he wouldn't have threw that last pick 6, he might have thrown for 500 yards. That's crazy. I think I'm going to watch the Simpsons, Cowboys, and Bengals tomorrow. Unfortunately, 2 pick 6s. I like Winston. He's exciting. Cake Pickens. We let some random running back run down our throat. We all miss Joke. We do miss J.O.K. If you didn't know how important he was to this defense, you do now. He is a very important piece to the puzzle. 7 for Jix. I didn't see any other numbers. So 7 is more like, I'm a little concerned with the loss because he threw for 497 yards. I feel you. I understand. I get it. Still waiting on a playoff bracket. It's not here yet. 11:51. So for me, it's hard for me to be too worried about a loss when we all know that playoffs are out of the picture. So I wouldn't say worried about the loss, but I would say how we lost is concerning. For the fact that your quarterback threw 497 yards, we scored 32 points, and we still lost the game. Now, I do understand there was 2 pick 6s involved. I only say 1 pick 6 was damaging in that football game. The last pick 6, we were in desperate need of a score. We had to get in the end zone, and Pittsburgh knew it. But my problem with the football game is there's no running game in sight, and our defense, oh boy, our defense is nowhere to be found at times. It's where are they? Where are thou? There is our defense at times. And that makes me ponder. So I'm not at a 1. I'm not sleeping like a baby, and I'm not at a 10 because we're not going anywhere this season. I'm about at a 6 because I want to know where's the running game and what happened to our defense. Jim Schwartz, line 2. Will you pick up if I call? What happened to our defense? What up, Cool Jedi? Hey, Corey. Happy Squealers butt whipping day. Go Browns. I actually feel good today about this game. You feel good? Okay. No, they aren't. We just need Baltimore to lose. You still think we have a chance, Jix? At 3-9. Okay. Our D's nowhere to be seen as usual. Win out. 8-9. Ravens lose. Ravens lose out. If the Ravens lose out and we win out, I will give this helmet away. I will just give it away. I will give it away on stream. I'm wondering if Jim Schwartz is on the hot seat. I don't think he is. It seems like for some reason, Jim Schwartz is getting a pass. I wonder why. It's crazy to say that Brown should pick Genty and reach for him in the draft, or is that an overreaction? I wouldn't call it an overreaction. I don't think it's an overreaction. I don't think he is the top priority, though, for the Browns to pick in the draft. But that's just my humble opinion. No, you not see? I will do it. Listen. If that happens, I'll do it. That's how I know it's not going to happen, but I'll do it. 1 o'clock, Browns, Steelers, CBS. Make sure you're here for the watch party. Can the Browns pull off the sweep? The first time since 1988. I was 3 is the last time they swept Pittsburgh in the regular season. And the last time they beat Pittsburgh in the regular season was 2003. Tim Couch was our quarterback. Let that sink in. Let that sizzle. I'll be right back. I forgot my water. Okay, I'm back. The Browns should pick the Oregon quarterback and Cam Skattebo. I don't know Cam Skattebo. The Oregon quarterback, Gabriel, little short. How do you guys feel about that? The Oregon quarterback. If that happens, give me the helmet and I will eat it online. Is it high in protein? Before we go, next, who is your little dog of the week? Let me know. Little dog of the week, put it in the chat. Little dog of the week. Let me know. That's what a little dog does. That's a little dog. Who's your little dog of the week? Happy birthday, Julie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Julie. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. A little song, too. I was 4 in 1988. AAA. What up? He said something, but he retracted it, so I can't see it. Well, Corey, go look at the Ravens schedule. They have only one favorable game. Apart from that, it's going to be tough. They can lose out. On the road, listening to Corey on Sports. Unfortunately, I missed last week's game. Coming to America was still in the movies the last time the Browns swept the Steelers. Holy crap. That is crazy. Little dog is the O-line. Last week, Rob, you're calling them the little... You got to give him a chance for today, Rob. Cam Skattebo is the best running back in college football. I'm going to have to check him out. Nick Chubb or Myles Garrett is your little dog of the week. Jix. Nick Chubb or Myles Garrett, little dog of the week. Okay. First time offenders. You like your song, Julie? Thank you. I tried my best. How you doing, Brandy? So we have a Nick Chubb. We have a Myles Garrett. Anybody else for little dog of the week last week? Rob is already putting the O-line for this week. Do you have anybody for last week, Rob? Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett, says Jix, last week's little dog. Big dog. Mike, I'm not even reading the first one. Mike, what are we doing? He didn't even play last week. Mike. I don't understand. What is the infatuation of hating that man? Get the hate out of your heart. He didn't even play. I hope Winston won't throw any more interceptions on the 1 yard line. We all know Boise State is padding number 2 stats. I don't know OSU ranked 4. The ranks hasn't came out yet. Got to be Miles. He was nowhere. All right. So we got Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb. Miles as a double down. I see. My little dog of the week is the entire defense. The entire defense. That includes Myles Garrett. I'm not singling out one person. Because I know Myles Garrett is getting double teamed and triple teamed. So he has somewhat of a little excuse. But the entire defense doesn't have an excuse. So I'm going Jim Schwartz. I'm going Myles Garrett. I'm going Dalvin Tomlinson. I'm going Derek Ward. I'm going Greg Newsome. I'm going Martin Emerson. I'm going Jordan Hicks. Everybody on that entire defense is the little dog of the week. It is getting despicable at this point of how terrible this defense has become. They are absolutely atrocious. Why are they bad? What is going on? If Myles Garrett is not getting multiple sacks in the game, this defense is atrocious. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened to this defense. It is a shell of itself. I could have went Dustin Hopkins for missing a field goal or 2. Did he miss 1 or 2? I don't know. My brain is starting to mess up. I know he missed 1. I could go Dustin Hopkins. I could go running game because it was non-existent. But what have we came to believe going into this year? That our defense was good. That our defense would show up. We didn't lose anybody on this defense. Well, we lost Darius Smith now. Coming into the year, we didn't lose anybody. We lost Joke because of the injury. But other than that, we have the same people. And we stink at defense. Utterly stink. Why? Is my question. So they're all little dogs of the week. They all get it. Not one person, the entire unit is my little dog of the week. Because it's disgusting. There. I said it. I'm putting Ward in it too, Jix. Even if he's from Ohio State, I'm putting him there too. I'm not mad at Miles. He can't do it all. I feel like it's on the corners, not the whole defense. But them as a group, it's on all of them. Last week, Little Dog was a running back coach. Get the running game together. Deuce Staley, Little Dog of the Week. Okay. If you just come in, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on all your notifications. Browns, Steelers. We're doing our Little Dog of the Week section. Deuce Staley just got a Little Dog of the Week. Our D is too busy practicing dance. I'm not going to let you do that, Rob. That is not fair. That is just Greg Newsome that practices the dance moves. It's not the entire defense. It's Greg Newsome. We have the Cavaliers. That doesn't help me. Beast Girl, that doesn't help me. Or the Browns. But the Cavs are hot, though. They are hot. Schwartz was predictable last year, and the Texans cooked us in the playoffs, and now he's trying to be not predictable and play more zone, and the secondary sucks that zone because they can't communicate. Interesting point, Jix. I like it. I like interesting points.
Dog check!
I like it, my guy. Garrett shows up when he feels like it. He'll never be even half as good as Aaron Donald. I'm going to push back a little back on that. One, because I'm a Garrett fan. And two, he's playing with 2 hurt feet. So we can't want our players to play when they're injured and then when they don't play to our expectations, say they only play when they want to. Now, if he didn't play injured, we will call him a weenie. He's not as tough as the 70s when they played with 2 broken legs and all they had was Neosporin. So I'm going to push back on that. He is playing with injuries. Now, if you're going to say he's just not as good as Aaron Donald, that's fine. But I'm not going to say he doesn't show up, because he does show up. He's playing injured. But if you want to say he'll never beat Aaron Donald, I'm not going to argue that. Aaron Donald was one of a kind. But to say he doesn't show up, that's where I give my pushback. But Aaron Donald was one of a kind. I got an ankle biter. Duck Horn for the defense. Run game coordinator for show. Little dog of the week. I never thought about that one. Triple A, that's a good point. Never thought about it. I never thought about Deuce Staley. Good point, Triple A. Triple A came in with a burner. Those moves are catchy, Corey. Martin Emerson before Greg Newsome. Is your eyes okay? What did I do? What are we talking about? It's just a picture. It's just a picture. I couldn't find one with him in it. What are we talking about? I said the whole defense. It's just a picture. The picture looks good. What about Ohio State? What about them? Little yappers thinking who are big dogs. Sucks that Oregon won, though. Fire Ryan Day. What up, Shane? What about Ohio State? What about them? All right. What grade do you give Jameis Winston for his performance against the Denver Broncos? And the college football playoff bracket is on. I have it on mute. So whenever I see something while we're on the pregame show, I will say it and report it at the same time. What grade do you give Winston versus the Broncos? Letter grade A, B, C, D, F. Let me know. Do you think they're going to win the championship? The Buckeyes or Oregon? Buckeyes? No. If that's what you're talking about. No. They got to prove it to me now. I have lost all faith. B minus, B minus, B, B. I thought he played well last week despite the picks. B minus. So we see a reoccurring theme here. B minus, B minus, B, B, B minus. Okay. Winston's grade for me is a B. Maybe a B plus. The 2 pick sixes hurt the grade. Fair. C minus. Okay. First C minus. That's close to a D. That's close to a poor performance. C minus. That's below average. Kirk Herbstreit's been a college game day analyst since 1996, in case you didn't know. C plus. Buckeyes, yeah, I don't think they're winning the championship. I don't. So, Jameis Winston, everybody's almost at a B. We got 2 C's, a C plus and a C minus. I would give Jameis Winston a B for Thursday. Monday Night Football last week. I'd give him a B. Not an A. Not an F. A B. I know everybody's going to say he threw 3 interceptions and 2 pick 6 touchdowns. I know. I get it. But context is key here. He almost threw for 1,000 yards. Number 1. Number 2. This same offense couldn't sniff 20 points for almost an entire year before he came on board. This offense couldn't sniff 300 yards passing before he came on board. Now, we all know Jameis Winston's track record. Everybody says it. He throws interceptions. He throws interceptions, which he does. So, as a play caller, why do you have him throwing 60 passes? Why? If you know, I love pizza. I love it. And the doctor says, I can't have pizza. Why do you put me in a room with pizza? I'm going to eat it. So if Jameis Winston throws interceptions, it's his track record. Why do you have him throwing 60 times in a game? He's going to throw an interception or two. Why are we putting him in situations to throw interceptions? Now, I know some of it's his fault. I get it. 60. At least try and run the ball. Try. I know our run game's not the greatest. At least try. We're going 5 wide when you don't have to throw 5 wide. I get it. When you're down, throw it. But we're throwing at times when you don't have to. Try and run it. Make them think you're going to run. But yes, interceptions are not acceptable. They're bad. 2 pick sixes are terrible. The first pick six to me was unexcusable. The second pick six, I just think trying to do too much. They know you had to get in the end zone. They know you had to throw the football. They were sitting on it and ready to pounce. That's why I still give them a B. I think the 1 pick six was inexcusable. You can't throw it. You sat on that route. They read your eyes. The second pick six, I really don't hold against him because he was trying to force it because we had to score and they knew it. So I give him a B. I think you have to put him in better situations and don't throw it 60 times. That's why I stay at a B. But that's just me. If anybody says an F or a D, I don't know what's wrong with you. C and above, I think it's acceptable. Can't throw 4 touchdowns and then turn around and give the game away with a pick six. Whatever grade he gets, he's a significant upgrade from our last supposed QB because we can't run the ball. 60 passes are way too many attempts. Sorry, I have to go. Trumbo time. All right, Rob, have a good one. However, you throw it 60 times a game because the run game is trash. I agree with you, Corey. And the second pick six, why did Elijah Moore just stand there in shock and not touch the defender? I'd have to go back and watch that one. You still have to try to run the ball. You have to try. I don't care if we can't run the ball. And I want to push back on that. Jerome Ford had 9 carries for 41 yards. That's not bad. 9 carries for 41 yards is not bad. That's almost 5 yards carry. Almost. Not quite, but almost. That's not a bad average. Jerome Ford didn't do bad. 9 carries for 41 yards is not bad. So you just have to try and run the football. But that's just my humble opinion. Am I always right? No. I'm feeling good, Cynthia. I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking. But yeah, you can't throw pick sixes. You don't want to throw pick sixes at all. Pick sixes are the worst. The worst kind of interception. If you're going to throw a pick, I call it a punt pick, right? When it's one of those deep balls where the defender just intercepts it and falls, and then you tag them, and they're like at their 10-yard line on 3rd down, and it's their ball. A punt pick. Those are your best interceptions, at least. So I give him a B for Jameis Winston. Just because you throw an interception or two, don't mean you're not good at the job. I actually get to watch the game today. Shout out to Brandy. All right. So I give him a B. I see some C's. I'm not going to argue C's. We can say he played average or a little above average. If I see any D's or F's, I don't know. But I didn't see any. All right. Browns Steelers, 1 o'clock on CBS. Can we sweep the Steelers? I have no clue. We haven't did it since 1988. Can we beat them at Pittsburgh in the regular season? We haven't did that since 2003. Holy moly. Those are some numbers for you. All right. Should the Cleveland Browns extend and keep Jameis Winston? It's a big topic around Browns world. What should the Browns do at quarterback? I hear the draft is weak at quarterback. We shouldn't take any quarterback. We should look into free agency and get somebody to compete at quarterback. Maybe we should go get Justin Fields at quarterback. Or should we just keep Winston, extend him, and let him be the quarterback next year and see what happens and improve our roster? So I'm going to bring it to the most level-headed chat in YouTube. I said it. Fight me. We are the most level-headed chat in YouTube. Should we keep Jameis Winston, let him compete for the job because they said they want a quarterback competition? Or should the Browns draft a quarterback? Let me know in the chat your thoughts, your opinion. There's still nothing on the college football playoff. They're just talking. Just thought I'd let you know if you're not watching. I have it on the screen. Are we playing for pride today? Ethan, we are praying. We are praying. First of all, Ethan, we are praying. We're always praying, Ethan. We're always praying. We are playing to sweep the Steelers for the first time since 1988 and to beat the Steelers at the Steelers in the regular season for the first time in 2003. That's why we are playing, Ethan, and praying, Ethan. How are you, Ethan? Yes, because the QB class next year has Archie Manning. So we would have to suck again to get Archie Manning. So do we want to suck again to get Archie Manning? I agree with you. Archie Manning is, listen, who would have thought, I'm off topic, if you watched the Georgia and Texas game, that a Manning would come in for a read option. I never thought I'd see the day that a Manning would come in for a read option. I said, what is the world coming to? What world am I living in where a Manning is now the guy that you put in for a read option? He's going to be special. But that means you have to be really terrible to get him. Because he'll probably be, I know he'll be a top 5 pick. Probably top 3. We should keep him. Draft Jordan Birch from Oregon. Keep Winston. Milroe. Draft Milroe. 21 years old. Bring back Winston. Watson probably won't be ready. Let Milroe sit behind Winston and learn. And keep Watson as a healthy scratch the whole season. What up, chat? What up, Django? I am feeling better, Django. Thank you for asking. Congratulations to your college team, Georgia. If you didn't watch the game, Georgia's backup quarterback took the most vicious hit I've seen this year. I jumped out of my seat. I'm just glad he's okay. I guess keep him. So I see keep him. One said draft Milroe. James will be good for the team the way Josh McCown was. I like Josh McCown. I did. I know y'all say I like everybody, which is kind of true, but I like Josh McCown. I don't think Jix, he did. I was scared for Carson Beck. And I'm like Texas. They can't pass the ball for the rest of the game. They are running. He has one arm. And they still scored. I was nervous for him. I just wanted them to get in Wildcat. Don't even put him in the game. I really like Jameis. So, the whole Archie Manning theory, I like him. What up, Jen and Eddie? He's not doing that bad of a job. Needs more work, if improvement. Okay. The whole thing about Archie, I like Archie, but we would have to be hot trash again to get him. And I can't go through another season of being hot trash. So that's the only downfall of that scenario. Draft Dylan Gabriel? I don't know. I think he has to be in the right situation to win. I don't know if our situation is right. He's like 5'8". Do you want a 5'8" quarterback? You got to be really, really good to succeed in the NFL. I'm with keeping Jameis Winston. and building around him for the immediate future. He has shown enough for me to keep him. Yes, he will throw some interceptions. He will make mistakes, but he gives you a chance to win. I think the Browns are going to win a couple more games this year where they're not going to be in a prime position to get the top quarterbacks of this draft. The Shedeur Sanders, the Cam Wards of Miami, the Quentin Ewers, if you call them the top 3 quarterbacks of the draft. Like I said, I'm not a draft expert. I'm no Todd McShay. I'm no Mel Kiper. Insert your favorite draft expert in the chat. I am not them. But I don't think the Browns will be there. I think the Giants will be there. They stink. Panthers, they stink, but they're not going to pick a quarterback. Raiders, they stink. They will pick a quarterback. So we'll see. Do I like Milroe? I think he has promise, Jix. I don't think he should come in and start from day one, like a lot of people want their quarterbacks to do. You have to be patient. If you draft him, patient is key. Let him learn. 5.10. Oh, he's 5'10". Thank you, Mostaf. 5'10". 5'10". How tall was Drew Brees? We would probably have to go 0-17. Yeah, I can't do 0-17. No. Much as I like Manning, no. How tall was Drew Brees? Wasn't Drew Brees like 6'1"? Let me know. It's just hard being very successful as a short quarterback in the NFL. Not that it can't happen. That's why it's hard being a Browns fan. Everybody's fine with being content. Don't know what it's like to having a winner. What's being content to you, Most Def? That's my question. What's being content to you? As of right now, we have the number 8 pick. Draft the QB out of Ole Miss in the 2nd round. Jacob. What up, Jacob? We got 32 months AAA, 26 months Brandy. We got some members in here that got some status quo. All right.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Appreciate you all. Drew Brees was 6 foot even. Okay. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ole Miss. I have to look at him, Jacob. I have to look at him. I'm all for suggestions. If this is your first stream, which it's not for any of you, I don't believe, I am all for suggestions. I am not a person that says I know it all. I don't. Not at all. What up, Shino? The OGs, Brandy and AAA. Ole Miss. I'll look at him, Jacob. I'll look at him. I want to keep Winston, but that's just me. For next year, see what he can do, see what the Browns can build around him for the immediate future. But if they do draft a quarterback and they can draft them in the 2nd, 3rd round, maybe, let's see what happens. I'm not mad at that either. But at the 8th pick, 9th, 10th, you're probably not going to get the so-called top-tier quarterbacks that everyone is talking about, the Cam Ward, the Shedeur Sanders. We'll see. You're not new, Cynthia. Stop it. Carson Beck, similar to Josh Allen when he was coming out of college, had a similar build and arm. Hopefully his arm's okay. You would know better than me, Django. You have watched him your whole career. James throws 3 TDs, 3 pick Browns, win by 50 freaking billion. Did you get the video I sent to you? Cynthia, I have not. I haven't been on my Instagram in a minute. Did you sit it on? I have to go look. All right. Let's keep moving along because time is a ticking. Next question of the day. What has happened to this Browns defense? We talked about it a little earlier. What happened to this Browns defense? Keep Winston, drop Watson, trade DTR, draft offensive lineman. Dang, trade DTR? I feel some kind of way about that. I like DTR. Uh-oh. Boise State's happy. They must be in, obviously, because they're happy. What has happened to this defense, ladies and gentlemen? What is wrong? Why do they suck? And whose fault is it? Whose fault? Let me know. Boise State's a 3 seed, Georgia's a 2 seed, and Oregon is a 1 seed. We lost Joke. Hot garbage, that's for sure. Oh, you don't have... What happened to your Twitter? You like DTR too? I'm emotional, Mike. You know how I am about my Browns. I love them all. Until they're gone. And then I can care less. Is that mean of me? Once they're gone, I don't know you anymore. Get rid of the coach, get a better one. So get rid of Jim Schwartz. Oh. Are we having the... Now, a lot of people didn't like Joe Woods. Everybody loved Jim Schwartz last year. So is it get rid of Jim Schwartz already? Get rid of the coach? Justin Dart? Got you, Jacob. Justin Dart, Ole Miss. I'm writing it down because my memory is trash. Justin Dart. It kept giving you trouble. They suck a lot right now. You know, what a draft, a safety. I'm tired of picking up these safeties in free agency. First JJ3 and now Thornhill. These guys scammed us. Draft a safety. Justin Dart. Got you. I think the entire defense coaching staff from Schwartz on down, keep Schwartz, he'll be fine. So keep Schwartz, fire the rest. Keep DTR and Jameis and draft a QB if a stud's available, but bye-bye Thornton. Y'all need a special teams unit and could be decently solid, to be honest. I still have it on my computer, so maybe I'll send you something from there. Okay. To be honest, I don't know what's wrong with this defense. If I give you the honest answer, I don't know, but I don't like it. I know when we don't get pressure on the quarterback, we're toast. Last year, obviously, it didn't seem like that. It seemed our DBs were a lot better. Martin Emerson has took a step. He has took a plunder backwards. I don't know what happened to Martin Emerson. I have no clue what happened to Martin Emerson. Martin Emerson. Denzel Ward's been good as always. Newsome is Newsome. He has moments. Let's not lie. He has moments where he missed a couple of plays, and he lets us know about it. Grant Delpit has been good. I can't not give him props. Thornhill is Thornhill. Myles Garrett, he hasn't been consistently dominant, but when he's dominant, he wrecks football games. And now we know he's dealing with injuries, feet, shoulder. We all know that. It was talked about earlier this year. But we have not found a consistent person on the other side to help Myles Garrett. And J.O.K. being out. I like Diabate, but J.O.K. being out has hurt us tremendously. So is it a Jim Schwartz problem? Is it a scheme problem? Or has other teams just figured us out? I think Thornhill has not been good, but Delpit's been good. Joe Wood runs zone, and the defense was trash. And now Schwartz runs more zone. They suck. Play man. These guys aren't built for zone. I think I read it twice. I stink. You know, blame Cody for how trashy our defense is. There's no depth. That's the problem. When Schwartz came here, everyone said his defense would be great, but it does depend on the good D-line. Got you. Joke was the soul of the defense. I agree. We need Joke back. Joke out hurts us for sure. I agree. Joke is the soul. Myles is the best player. without a doubt, no question. But joke is the soul. Whenever a play was happening, you see joke somewhere around. You just see him. I agree wholeheartedly. We do need joke back. We do. Clemson versus Texas in the first round. Clemson versus Texas in the first round of the playoffs. That is the first game they have shown. Clemson versus Texas, if you're watching. Take it from Steelers. Devin Bush is not that guy. I mean, Joe called the plays and audibles and communicated, and now that he went down, our defense looked lost. Very good point. Very good point. Ohio State is the 8th seed. All right. Let's keep going before we wrap these things up here. Just remember, the Browns defeated the Broncos, but you knew that already. That's not what I wanted to go to. That's not what I wanted to go to. Browns, Pittsburgh, 1 p.m. Watch party, 1 p.m. Make sure that you are here for the watch party as we go for the first sweep in, I can't add, since 1988. Since 1988. And beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, not including the playoffs, since 2003. Good Lord. Before we get to the game, patriotic question of the day. Should Kevin Stefanski get his play calling duties back? Everybody wanted Kevin Stefanski not to have play callers. Ken Dorsey has taken over. Do we see that much of a difference? Do we see a glaring difference? Jameis Winston threw 58 times last week. Running game not in sight. 5 wide, still there. Or should Kevin Stefanski do what he does best and play calls? Play calls. What is play calls? Call plays. People were still mad last week. Run the ball. And they said Stefanski, and he's not calling the plays. It's Dorsey. Run the ball. But first of all, my emote is not good enough anymore. I'm going to get rid of that emote since he doesn't call plays anymore. But that's not the point. So we still don't run the ball. Dorsey's calling the plays. So, just simple yes or no. Should Kevin Stefanski return to calling the plays now that he has a quarterback that can actually throw the football? Shots fired. I suck. I know. That was terrible. That was terrible. I don't know too much about college football, unfortunately. Jordan Burch is going to be a superstar. Miles is in his 8th year. We need dominance on the other end. Absolutely not. I'm wearing my Browns poncho. All right, the Pebble. No. Not enough pressure on QB, giving them too much time. Pick A-R-P-D-E. Aper? I can't read that name. I always wanted Kevin Stefanski to keep play calling. No, because we don't see these nonstop jet sweeps anymore, so that's a bright spot. Okay. I don't mind him calling plays sometimes. It's frustrating, but I like him. Run the ball. Yes. No. There's no running game this season, and Dorsey calls reasonable games. No. So I have a question. If Kevin Stefanski called the same game last week, would you guys have been happy with the play call selection? I'm just asking from a non-biased situation. If he called the same game, 58 pass attempts, would you have been happy with the play call selection? Ohio State versus Tennessee, 8-9 matchup. Notre Dame versus Indiana, 10-7 matchup. And there's one more matchup that we're waiting on, and it's number 6 Penn State versus whom? That is the last matchup in the first round that we are waiting on. So we got a game at Ohio State. Comes the Volunteers. At this point, I don't care if he gets to play calling back. I just want to be in the playoffs. We're still losing. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, to be honest with you. It doesn't. That's a very good point, Steve. Doesn't matter. No. Until we win, that's what I care. To be honest, I don't care if it's Stefanski. I don't care if it's Dorsey. I don't care if it's the water boy going to give David Njoku his third cup of water. I just want to win. That's it. I don't care who's calling plays at this point. If I'm being honest, I don't care if it's Stefanski, if it's Dorsey. I don't care. I just want to win. I have no allegiance to anybody. I want to win. DJ Khaled. Yes, kind of where Stefanski let up play calling when Watson went down. Not at this time to get things figured out. I'm serious. Dead serious. I don't care who's calling plays, to be honest with you. I just want to win football games. That's it. Don't care. Haslam call plays, for that matter. Let him call them. I don't care. I just want to win, chat. Just win. All right. Most def. I just want to win, man. I don't care. I just want to win. All right. Who wins today's game? Get your big dog of the game in the chat. Browns, Steelers. Who wins? What up, Janet? How you doing? Get your big dog in the game. Who wins the football game? Let me know. I do not. The water boy showed up at halftime? Watson was the ownership's pick, not Kevin Stefanski. If anybody remembers, we was one play away from the AFC Championship game, and Rashad Higgins fumbled on the goal line. Who was the quarterback? I don't know. I don't know who the quarterback was. I know they wasn't on this team. Who was the quarterback? Steelers. Gotta stay positive. The Browns. Hopefully the Browns, but Russ going to do his thing. Browns win. Okay. Steelers win. Okay. Did it say who Penn State played? Or did it talk about it? Steelers win. I know who the quarterback was, most def. I'm messing with you. You know what? I don't care who the quarterback was. Do you know the one game when the Buckeyes were about to? I don't care. I don't care. I know he's on Tampa Bay, and they're in a terrible division, and they have a losing record. They have a losing record in the AFC South. NFC South. I don't care. He's not here anymore. Why are we in Lowe's again, shopping with our divorced wife? Why? Will you be streaming the game? Yes, Ashton. I will be streaming the game. 24-21 Browns, last minute field goal. 27-13 Pitt. Baker couldn't outscore Chad Henne. 24-13 Steelers. I am a Browns fan. I like Browns players that are on the team. What a concept. Wow. I talk about Browns players that currently play on their team. Miles will be looking to redeem himself. He'll be the big dog. Chubb is my big dog. Got to go with heart and say Browns win 35-28. Okay. All right. We got a lot of Browns.
Dog check!
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Shout out to Janet. 30 months. 30 months. Member in the building. We got a couple Steelers, A lot of Browns. A lot of people going Browns. A couple going the Steelers. Can't be mad at you. They have the track record of why you should pick the Steelers in this situation. A lot of people going with heart, picking the Browns. Nothing wrong with going with your heart. I understand it. Wish for snow? Hey. Nothing wrong with wishing for snow. Frosty the Snowman. Here we go. So, somebody said Miles being the big dog. And I think for the Browns to win this game, Miles has to be the big dog of the game. He has to be. For the Browns to win this football game. I am an honest person. I seen we have to wish for snow to win. I think the Steelers fans making the excuse why they lost. And that's fine. I don't make excuses why we win or why we lose. We either lose or we win. And I think for the Browns, the only chance for them to win this football game, because the track records show they can't beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, is the defense is going to have to show up on the road to have a chance to win this football game. I'm sorry. I keep it honest here. And that starts with the defensive line, and that starts with Myles Garrett. He's going to have to wreck the game. Whether that's he gets a sack, and then they give him extra attention, 3 guys maybe, and then somebody else steps up. Whether he creates an early turnover to take the crowd out of the game, he's going to have to do something for this defense to step up. He has to be the big dog. Because if not, I don't know how the Browns win this football game. I just don't know how. And that's being honest. I'm an honest Browns fan. I don't wave pom-poms. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't make excuses for when they win or when they lose. I am an honest fan. I don't make excuses. I don't have narratives or none of that stuff. Miles has to wreck this football game for the Browns to win this football game. If he doesn't, I don't see it happening. 20 years of data shows that. So big dog of the game has to be Myles Garrett, or it's going to be a long day. Facts, Corey. Agreed. If Myles is silent, we get our butt kicked. They will triple team him if need be after the last game. TJ's going to be hot, so O-line needs some studs. That's a fact, too. TJ is looking for his revenge. He did nothing in the last matchup. Absolutely nothing. He is looking for revenge. Watch number 99. He's looking for revenge. All right. Here's my pick for the game. Unfortunately, I don't see Cleveland winning this football game. I'm just being honest. I think they win comfortably, about 2 touchdowns. Their offense is rolling with Russell Wilson. I understand Pickens being out, but Russell Wilson's playing some good football. I don't think our defense is going to be able to do enough to win. And I think their defense is a lot better than Denver's defense. They're at home. I think Jameis will put up some yards, but I don't think we'll be able to put up enough to win. I think it's a lot lower scoring than last week. I think it'll be nip and tuck to about the third quarter. And then Pittsburgh probably gets a touchdown towards the latter parts of the game to blow it open and win by 2 touchdowns. I hope I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong so I can eat crow next week. So you can boo me if you want. Boo me in the chat. That is fine. But I just keep it real. I missed some comments. I got to go for the watch party. Yes, Mostaf, I do live reaction. Thank you, AAA. He's the best on YouTube. Appreciate you. Wilson only rolled last week. I've been consistently Yes, he had the high numbers, but I'm just talking about consistently moving it down the field. But I hope I'm wrong, Joe and everybody. I want to be wrong, but I don't want to sit here and lie and say I think Cleveland's going to win this game. But I will see you guys in about 10 minutes for the watch party. For those of you coming to the watch party, if not, if I don't see you in 10 minutes, have a good weekend. Well, weekend's over. Have a good Sunday. Have a good week. I'll see you next time. It's all love. Peace.